Hey, what's up everybody? It's Joey for Digital DJ Tips. Right now taking a look at this. It's a Pioneer DJ DJM-450. It's a 2-channel mixer that's got phono and line inputs for hooking up your turntables and CDJs. It's got sound color effects on board, beat effects as well, and if that wasn't enough, it's also Rekordbox DJ and Rekordbox DVS compatible. Lots of features packed into such a tiny footprint. Now, the DJM-450 sits in the middle of Pioneer DJ's current range of mixers. At the very top end, you've got the DJM-900 Nexus 2, and at the low end, or at the entry-level price point, you've got the DJM-250 Mark II. We've reviewed both of those mixers already. I'll post the links to those reviews in the description box below. Right, so in this video, we're going to do two things. First off, I'm going to give you a features talk through of the DJM-450, and then after that, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this little compact powerhouse. Let's get to it. The DJM-450 is a 2-channel standalone mixer that is Rekordbox DJ and Rekordbox DVS enabled. It's got some features that are inherited straight from the flagship DJM-900 Nexus 2 mixer, including a handful of sound color effects and beat effects. It's got 3-band EQs, sound color effects knobs, channel faders, and a Magvel fader for the crossfader, which is smooth and buttery. There are 11-segment LEDs here, perfect for checking your levels for both channels as well as the master output. Now, the EQs can be switched to act as isolator or full kill knobs, so the associated frequencies disappear when you turn a knob fully anti-clockwise. The EQs can also act as standard EQ knobs, where the frequencies just dip when you rotate any of the 3 knobs anti-clockwise instead of disappearing entirely. The rear has jacks for RCA master outputs, XLR outputs, phono and line inputs per channel, an RCA aux input, and a mic input. It has a send and return feature, which allows you to connect a smartphone or tablet running an effects app like the RMX 1000 for added effect tweaking. It's got a switchable aux input channel with a level knob, and you can choose to receive input coming from your laptop, the RCA line input jacks in the rear, or the return channel from the sender return feature. The onboard effects are a highlight of the DJM-450. First up are the sound color effects, and you've got 4 here from the DJM-900 Nexus 2: filter, sweep, noise, and dub echo. Next are the beat effects, which are tempo-based effects inherited from the DJM-900 Nexus 2 as well. You set the tempo by pressing the tap tempo button or fine-tuning it using the time knob, and once you've done that, you can see your current tempo in the OLED display. The beat buttons here allow you to move among different note values depending on the effect selected. Right, so what are my thoughts on this mixer? I've got 3 things that I like about it. First up is the build quality. It's just really, really solid. It's got a metal chassis all around it, and this kind of construction is what I miss with Pioneer DJ's controllers. I've got a DDJ RZ, and while it was the flagship controller in the DDJ controller line, the top faceplate is the only thing that's made of metal. Everything else is made of hard plastic, and that is a design trend that is predominant in all of Pioneer DJ's controllers. They're all made of hard plastic with just a little bit made of metal. Not so with the DJM-450. Again, just metal construction all around. Really, really solid feeling. I also like the knobs here. They're nice and weighted, and they're easy to grip. They just feel great when you twist them. And I guarantee that you are going to be twisting a lot of these knobs as well as turning these effect switches while you are mixing, and they don't feel like they're gonna fall off. That's always a plus, especially with me because I'm pretty heavy-handed when it comes to mixing. I'm not very careful with gear, so I do appreciate nice, solid, robust build quality. Now, the second thing that I like about the DJM-450 is the connectivity options. You can connect just about anything here that you've got in your home DJ setup. If you've got a pair of turntables, you can connect them here. You can spin actual vinyl, or you can connect it to your laptop, and you can use Rekordbox DVS. If you've got CDJs or XDJs, you can play music from a CD, from a thumb drive, from an SD card, or from your laptop running Rekordbox DJ. Finally, since the DJM-450 has an aux input. That means you can plug in any line-level device, such as a synth, a drum machine, or even a sampler like the Tourize SP16 that Pioneer DJ makes. You can also just plug in an iPhone or a tablet into the aux input here in the rear, and I think that's really, really handy, especially for a home DJ setup. Now, the third thing that I liked about the DJM-450, probably the biggest selling point for me, are the onboard effects. Now, the sound color effects are great. They work as you would expect them to. You've got your filter, your sweep, your dub echo, as well as your noise effects. But I think more importantly, the beat effects on the DJM-450 are crucial. That means that you can practice using these effects at home in your own DJ setup instead of having to figure all of these effects out at the club that has a DJM-900 or DJM-900 Nexus 2 mixer. And I don't know, I just never really had the money to buy my own DJM or CDJ club setup. And when I was starting out, I always would practice using these effects over in the club or at the bar that I was playing at. Now, if you are an intermediate DJ or you're just starting out and you would want to transition from using a controller into maybe using a pair of CDJs or a pair of PLX turntables along with a DJM mixer, then you can practice using those effects that are found on the same club mixers over here in the DJM-450. I think that's really, really important because it gives you a feel for what these effects actually do, and you can experiment with them at home instead of experimenting and practicing while you're gigging, which I think most of us has had to do at one point in our DJing. Now, the only thing that I didn't like about the DJM-450 is that it doesn't have a booth output. And I think that's a shame because I think this would be the perfect mixer for a mobile or a pro DJ who doesn't want to spend an arm and a leg to buy a DJM-900 Nexus 2, but wants to use most of the functionality that can be found in a standard DJM-900 Nexus 2 stroke CDJ setup that can be found in clubs all over the world. All right, so who is the DJM-450 for? Well, if you are a club or a pro DJ and you're looking for a smaller mixer or something that you can use at home with your setup that you've got in your bedroom or your living room, look no further. The DJM-450 fits the bill perfectly. You get the sound color effects, the beat effects, as well as all the connectivity that you need in order to integrate the setup that you've got at home with your normal club workflow. Now, if you are a controller DJ and you'd want to try to transition into DJing with maybe a pair of CDJs, a pair of XDJs, or even a pair of turntables, well, the DJM-450 is the mixer that you will want to take a look at simply because it has the aforementioned beat effects that are just super, super crucial, especially if you are looking to perform with them while you DJ at the club or at the venue or whatever function that you're going to be playing. Again, this is something that I think more intermediate DJs would enjoy. However, if you are a beginner and you would like to aspire to using a full club setup and you've got the budget for it, I think the DJM-450 is also a solid option. It's still a little bit pricey, but again, as far as Pioneer DJing goes, it really is quite inexpensive, especially for all of the features that you get. So that's it for my review of the Pioneer DJ DJM-450 mixer. I've got a full review of this over at the Digital DJ Tips website. The link is in the description box below. Please hit the thumbs up icon if you like this video and hit that subscriber button if you are not a subscriber yet. My name is Joey. Thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you next time.